Hey everybody, it's Tony from A Moron in the Woods, and I'm coming to you from my living room today. It's balmy 20 degrees outside, and we had some light snow last night, but I just want to talk real quick about my decision on building my tiny house. Probably like a lot of you, I've gone and looked at a lot of these pre-made buildings that you see on vacant lots. Well, not vacant anymore, they're now filled with little buildings and houses. Went to Lowe's, even Home Depot, and looked at their selection, and just took a look to see what you can get for your money. And ultimately I decided to go with a scratch-built shed built by a local contractor, guy down in Georgia, and they're called Backyard Custom Construction. They're set to build here next week, which is pretty exciting. It's only going to take them a couple days, and what I'm having built is a 12 by 36 building. I'm sure they don't care that I give out cost information, but it's going to cost me roughly $7,000 to have them build this. And what it is, it's going to be a gambreled roof like this. It's going to be a barn-style roof like this, 12 by 36, and I'm going to have almost, I'm 6 feet tall, and I'm going to have almost 6 foot of headroom up here in the loft. There's going to be a loft, 10-foot loft, 10-foot deep lofts on each end. I'm not going to have this barn door, but I'm going to have a man door and 2 windows on the front and 2 windows on each end cap. I'm going to have them put on a metal roof. I'm having it built 16 inches on center. It's going to be on just blocks raised above the ground. I've got basically, I'm going to have them wrap it in Tyvek, and I'm going to do the siding myself. So it's not a complete turnkey shell for $7,000, or it's a little under $7,000. But and the way they work is that I give them a 10% deposit that holds the build date. Then I pay Home Depot, who's the supplier of the materials. I pay them directly, and then whatever the balance is, I pay it to the company when they're finished with the build. Now, I had some options. Like I said, I looked at these portable buildings. And, you know, honestly, let's take a look at this example here. A 12 by 36. You can see that their 12 by 36 is already $8,200. Of course, you've got rent-to-own terms and things like that. So if you're doing a rent-to-own, obviously with the independent builder, scratch-built, they're not going to do that. But with these guys, I mean, this building is already over $1,000 more than what I'm going to pay. And the problem I had with a lot of these or these pre-made buildings is they have no headroom in the lofts. So there was one other builder that I was looking at, Affordable Cabins and Sheds here in Tennessee. They do have quite a bit of headroom in their lofts. However, they just went through a price hike. And they previously gave me a really good quote, and then when I had them re-quote it for me, things changed, and it was a little too much for me to consider them as an option. I had a couple other guys that were potential front runners for the construction, 2 other independent contractors. However, one guy, I just wasn't comfortable picking them because one guy couldn't provide me any references for me to call. The other guy, I didn't ask him for any references, but he lived more than an hour away from the build site, and he didn't have a website, he didn't have anything really. So I was a little leery about going with an independent contractor that had no real bona fides, as they say. So I didn't want to make a mistake and pick somebody who was going to come do a half-assed job and then leave, or just maybe not show up, or who knows what. So I went with somebody that was a little more established. And like I said, there are a lot of these pre-built buildings that come in all kinds of different price ranges, and I just, you know, when you look at a lot of them, some of them are built on 24-inch centers. They all have this kind of classic siding on them, which I wasn't thrilled with. They all don't have a lot of overhang in the eaves here. So if you want to do your own siding, it wouldn't work out. A lot of them are cute. A lot of them are real handy if you just want something right away, don't want to mess with the building process. Yeah, then they're possibly good options. But you know, once you start adding all these options up that they have that you can add to them, they were too much money for what you were getting. So they are good options for somebody, like I said, if you just want to get something and have it plopped down and not mess with a building or a builder or a contractor or somebody else. You're seeing what you're getting. You can walk in, you can tour these buildings and then have that exact building brought to your site. So there is a benefit of that. But I'm going with the independent builder, and now I can throw away all these brochures. And you know what? Obviously, the buildings that you get from Lowe's and Home Depot, I was not impressed really with their build quality as far as the models they had on the lot, and also their pricing they're pretty spendy. So I wasn't willing to go with that option. And anyway, I will keep everybody posted as to the build. I'll be taking videos and photos and posting them up, so stay tuned. Thanks for tuning in. See ya.